My beloved child, I am asking you to pause in this quiet moment, to take a deep breath, and to turn your eyes away from the mirror of the world that has been distorting your reflection for far too long. I know that you have been looking at yourself through the cracked lens of your past wounds, through the harsh opinions of others, and through the critical judgments that you have sadly accepted as truth. You have been walking through your days carrying a heavy, invisible burden of feeling inadequate, constantly measuring yourself against impossible standards, and feeling like you are always falling short of the mark. But I am here to gently lift your chin, to look into your eyes, and to tell you that the way you see yourself is not the way I see you. I want to replace that distorted image with my divine perspective, a perspective that is filled with grace, truth, and an overwhelming love that covers every imperfection. I see the weariness that has settled deep in your bones, a tiredness that comes not just from physical work, but from the exhausting spiritual labor of trying to be someone you think you need to be to earn your place. You have believed the lie that you must be flawless to be loved, that you must be productive to be valuable, and that you must hide your struggles to be accepted. But I want you to know that I see you completely, with all your shadows and all your light, and my love for you is not based on your performance or your presentation. I see a heart that is tender, a spirit that is resilient, and a soul that is hungry for a love that doesn't have to be earned, negotiated, or maintained by constant effort. You have been scrolling through the highlight reels of others, and without even realizing it, you have allowed comparison to steal the joy that I planted in your heart, leaving you feeling small and insignificant. You look at your own life and see the mess, the unfinished projects and the stumbling blocks, and you assume that this is all there is to your story. But I am the author of your life, and I tell you that those things are just chapters. They are not the title, and they are certainly not the conclusion of who you are. I see a masterpiece in progress, a beautiful creation that I am crafting with patience and delight, and I am not discouraged by the things that you think are failures. There is a deep, unspoken question that you carry around in the silence of your heart, asking if you are truly enough, if you are truly seen, and if you truly matter to anyone. I am answering that question right now with a resounding yes that echoes from the heavens to the very depths of your soul. You are enough because I made you. You are seen because I never take my eyes off you, and you matter because you are my child, bought with a price and cherished beyond measure. I want to wash away the dust of the world that has covered your true identity, revealing the radiant beauty that has been there all along, hidden under the layers of insecurity and fear. I know that you have built walls around your heart to protect yourself from rejection, thinking that if you let people see the real you, they will turn away in disappointment or judgment. You have become an expert at editing your words, masking your emotions, and presenting a curated version of yourself that feels safer than the raw truth. But these walls that you think are protecting you are actually imprisoning you, keeping you from experiencing the deep, intimate connection that your soul desperately craves. I want to gently dismantle those walls, stone by stone, not to leave you defenseless, but to let my love flood in and fill the spaces where you have felt empty and alone. You have been looking for validation in all the wrong places, seeking approval from people who are just as broken and confused as you are, and wondering why their praise never truly satisfies. It is like trying to quench your thirst with salt water. The more you drink of the world's approval, the thirstier you become for something real and lasting. I offer you the living water of my unconditional acceptance, a love that does not fluctuate with your mood, your success, or your appearance. When you drink from this well, You will finally find the peace of knowing that you are fully known and fully loved, without condition and without reservation. I am calling you to step out of the shadows of shame and into the marvelous light of my grace, where there is no condemnation and no record of wrongs kept against you. You have been your own harshest critic, replaying your mistakes on a loop and punishing yourself for things that I have long since forgiven and forgotten. It is time to be kind to yourself, to extend the same mercy to your own heart that you so freely give to others, and to start seeing yourself through my eyes of compassion. You are not a problem to be solved or a project to be fixed. You are a beloved child to be held, cherished, and enjoyed. The signs of your struggle are clear to me, evident in the way you push yourself past the point of exhaustion, driven by a fear that if you stop, you will cease to have value. You are tired of performing for acceptance, tired of the endless dance of trying to please everyone around you while losing yourself in the process. This fatigue is a signal from your soul, a red flag waving to tell you that you were not designed to live this way, constantly hustling for your worth. I designed you to operate from a place of rest, knowing that your value is settled, secure, and unchangeable, regardless of what you do or do not accomplish today. You are craving tenderness more than validation, a gentle touch that reassures you that you are safe, that you are held, and that you don't have to be strong all the time. The world offers you accolades and applause, but what you really want is a soft place to land where you can take off the armor and just breathe. I am that safe place, the refuge where you can bring your tears, your doubts, and your fears, and find only comfort and understanding. I want to wrap you in a blanket of my peace, soothing the frayed edges of your nervous system and letting you know that it is okay to be fragile. You keep longing to feel safe in your own skin, to be able to look in the mirror and not immediately zero in on what needs to be changed, fixed, or hidden. You want to walk into a room and not feel the need to apologize for your existence, to take up space without guilt, and to speak your truth without fear of retribution. This longing is actually a memory of how I created you to be, free, confident, and unashamed, and it is a promise of where I am leading you back to. I am restoring your sense of safety, rebuilding the trust between your spirit and your body, so that you can dwell in yourself with joy and gratitude. I see how you have developed a habit of fixating on your flaws, using a magnifying glass to examine every imperfection while completely ignoring the beauty and the strengths that I have placed within you. You are like a person standing in a garden full of blooming flowers, but staring only at the one weed in the corner, convincing yourself that the whole garden is ruined. I want to take that magnifying glass out of your hand and give you a wide-angle lens that captures the whole picture of who you are, a complex, wonderful, and redeemable creation. Your flaws are not fatal, and your weaknesses are not failures. They are the very places where my strength is made perfect. You constantly self-edit, filtering your words and your actions through a sieve of fear, worrying that if you are too much or too little, you will be rejected. You swallow your true feelings, you dim your light, and you shrink back from opportunities because you don't trust that the real you is acceptable. But I did not create you to be a diluted version of yourself. I created you with a specific flavor, a unique sound, and a distinct purpose that the world needs. When you hide who you are, you rob the world of the gift I intended you to be, and you rob yourself of the joy of living authentically. You feel like you are never fully ready to be loved, that you need to lose 5 more pounds, get that promotion, fix that habit, or heal that trauma before you are worthy of affection. You are waiting for a future version of yourself to arrive before you allow yourself to receive love, leaving your present self starving and lonely. But I love you right now, in the messy middle of your journey, not just at the finish line. My love is for the you that exists today. You do not need to be polished or perfect to be cherished. You just need to be present and willing to let me love you. I notice how you distrust compliments and kindness, deflecting them with self-deprecation or secretly wondering what the other person wants from you, because you cannot believe that they simply see good in you. When someone speaks life over you, you put up a shield, bouncing the words away before they can sink into your heart and nourish your spirit. I want you to lower that shield and practice receiving the love that is offered to you, understanding that these kind words are often my whispers delivered through human voices. Accept the kindness as a gift, not as a mistake, and let it water the dry places in your soul. Shame spikes within you whenever you are not productive, when you take a day to rest, or when you fail to check everything off your to-do list. And this shame tells you that you are lazy or worthless. This is a cruel taskmaster that I never appointed over you. I ordained a rhythm of work and rest, and I called the rest holy. Your worth is not measured by your output, your income, or your efficiency. It is measured by the fact that you breathe, you feel, and you are mine. I invite you to detach your dignity from your productivity and to find honor in simply being my beloved child. You carry a deep-seated fear that if people truly knew you, if they saw the anxious thoughts, the hidden anger, the past mistakes, they would leave you without looking back. This fear keeps you isolated even in crowded rooms, convinced that connection is fragile and conditional, hanging by the thread of your performance. But I know everything about you, every secret thought and every hidden deed, and I have not left. In fact, I have drawn closer. Human love may be fickle, but my love is a rock that cannot be moved, a covenant that cannot be broken, and a promise that stands forever. I want to address the pain of feeling misunderstood, the ache of trying to explain your heart to people who only see your actions and judge you based on their own limited perspective. It is exhausting to constantly defend yourself, to try to manage your reputation, and to correct the false narratives that others have written about you. I want you to release that burden to me, for I am your defender and the keeper of your truth. I know your intentions and your heart. You do not need to explain yourself to the world when you are already understood by your Creator. You have been looking at yourself as a project to be completed rather than a person to be loved, treating your life like a renovation site where there is always something broken that needs fixing. This mindset keeps you in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction, unable to enjoy the beauty of the present moment because you are always focused on what is lacking. I want you to put down the hammer and the blueprint for a moment and just sit in the living room of your life, enjoying the home I am building with you. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a mystery to be explored and a treasure to be enjoyed. Now let me reveal a deeper truth to you. My love does not begin after improvement. It begins in truth, right here, right now, in the midst of your imperfection. You have thought that you need to clean yourself up before you come to me, but I am the one who does the cleansing, and I do it with the gentle water of the Word and the warmth of my Spirit. You can come to me with muddy feet and a messy heart, and I will not turn you away. I will wash you, hold you, and restore you. My love is not a prize for the righteous. It is a gift for the willing, and you are so very willing. When I say you are perfect, I am not speaking of a flawlessness that makes no mistakes. I am speaking of a wholeness that is complete in my care. In my eyes, perfect means that you are exactly who you are supposed to be at this stage of your growth, perfectly positioned for the lessons I am teaching you. A budding flower is not imperfect because it has not yet bloomed. It is perfect in its potential and its process, and so are you. You are perfectly loved, perfectly held, and perfectly known, and that completeness is what I see when I look at you. Being cherished means you don't have to negotiate your dignity. It is an inherent right that was bestowed upon you the moment I breathed life into your lungs. You do not have to beg for respect, scramble for attention, or bargain for affection, because you are royalty in my kingdom. When you understand how deeply you are cherished, you stop settling for scraps from the world's table and start taking your seat at the banquet I have prepared for you. You are a jewel in my crown, precious and rare, and I treat you with the utmost care and honor. I want you to understand that the wounds you carry are not evidence of your defectiveness. They are evidence of the battles you have survived and the resilience you possess. You look at your scars and see ugliness, but I look at your scars and see courage, strength, and a story of healing that is still unfolding. I am the great physician, and I am tending to those wounds with a balm of Gilead that soothes the pain and fades the scars into symbols of victory. Do not be ashamed of your history. It is the raw material I am using to build a future of hope and purpose. You have felt like an imposter in your own life, waiting for someone to expose you as a fraud. But I tell you that you are the genuine article, created with intention and precision. The enemy of your soul wants you to doubt your calling and your identity, whispering that you don't belong. But I have placed you exactly where you are for a reason. You are not an accident, and you are not a mistake. You are a divine appointment, a necessary part of my plan for this time and this place. Stand tall in your identity, not because of your own confidence, but because of my confidence in you. The shame that you feel when you make a mistake is a lie that tells you, I am bad, instead of the truth, which is simply, I did something wrong. I want to separate your actions from your identity, so that you can correct your path without crushing your spirit. Guilt says I made a mistake, but shame says I am a mistake, and I never speak the language of shame to my children. When you fall, I do not stand over you with a stick. I reach down with a hand to pull you up, dust you off, and say, let's try again. I see the anxiety that keeps you awake at night, the racing thoughts that try to predict every possible catastrophe and figure out how to prevent it. You are trying to control the uncontrollable because you don't trust that I am holding the world, and you in my hands. I invite you to surrender that control, to release the grip you have on the steering wheel, and to trust that I am a good driver who knows the way. Peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of me in the midst of the trouble, and I am right here with you. You have been starving for a love that is safe, a love that doesn't hurt, and I am that love, a love that protects, preserves, and perseveres. Human love often comes with hooks and conditions, but my love is free, given without expectation of return other than your heart. I am the safe harbor where you can drop your anchor and rest, knowing that no storm can drag you out to sea. I am the fortress around your heart, the shield for your emotions, and the lifter of your head. I want to heal the relationship you have with your own reflection, transforming the mirror from an enemy into a friend that reminds you of my handiwork. When you look at yourself, I want you to see the eyes that I created to see beauty, the mouth I created to speak life, and the hands I created to serve and hold. Your body is the temple of my spirit, a sacred vessel that is worthy of honor and care, not criticism and disdain. Start thanking me for the body that carries you through this life, treating it with the gentleness you would offer a precious gift. You are cherished not because you are useful, but because you are mine. Your utility is not the basis of our relationship. Even if you could never do another productive thing for the rest of your life, I would love you just as much as I do right now. You are not a tool in my toolbox. You are a child in my family, and your presence is what brings me joy. Rest in the freedom of knowing that you don't have to work for your inheritance. It is yours simply because of who your Father is. I see the tears you have cried in secret, the ones you wiped away quickly before anyone could see, and I want you to know that I have collected every single one. Your pain matters to me, your disappointment matters to me, and your loneliness touches my heart deeply. You are never crying alone. I am weeping with you, comforting you, and working to turn your mourning into dancing. I am the God of all comfort, and I am wrapping my arms around you in those dark moments, whispering, I know, and I am here. You have been afraid that your past disqualifies you from a bright future, that you have messed up too many times to be used or blessed by me. But I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, and the millionth chance. I specialize in redemption and restoration. Your past is not a barrier to my love. It is the soil in which I plant the seeds of grace that will grow into a mighty testimony. I do not consult your past to determine your future. I consult my promise, and my promise is good. I want to encourage you to practice receiving today, to open your heart just a crack to let the light of praise and kindness enter in. When someone gives you a compliment, instead of deflecting it, simply say, thank you, and let yourself believe it for a moment. This small act of receiving is an act of faith, a declaration that you agree with the good things I am doing in your life. It is a way of aligning your perspective with mine, acknowledging that there is good in you because I put it there. Replace the thought, I must earn love, with the truth, I am already loved, and repeat it until it becomes the soundtrack of your mind. When the pressure to perform rises up, counter it with this truth, using it as a shield against the arrows of inadequacy. You are already approved, already accepted, and already beloved, and nothing you do today can add to or subtract from that reality. Live from that place of approval, not for it, and watch how the anxiety melts away. I invite you to do one gentle act today that honors your value, something that says to your own soul, you are worth taking care of. It might be taking a nap, setting a boundary with a difficult person, or simply speaking the truth about how you feel. These small acts of self-respect are powerful prayers, signaling to yourself and the world that you are a child of the King. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would show to a dear friend, for you are indeed a friend of God. Do not be afraid of your own needs, for they are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of your humanity and your dependence on me. I created you with needs so that we could be in relationship, so that you would come to me to be filled. Your hunger, your thirst, and your desire for connection are the very things that draw you into my presence. Bring your needs to me boldly, without shame, and let me satisfy them in a way that only I can. I am removing the heavy yoke of perfectionism from your shoulders and placing upon you the light and easy yoke of my grace. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be yours and mine, walking in the unique path I have laid out for you. Perfectionism is a cruel master that demands everything and gives nothing. But I am a generous Father who gives everything and asks only for your trust. Walk in the freedom of being imperfectly perfect in my eyes. You are covered by the blood of the Lamb, which means that when judgment looks for you, it sees only my righteousness. You are hidden in Christ, safe from the ultimate penalty of sin and free from the power of shame. This covering is not a flimsy blanket. It is an impenetrable armor that protects your standing before heaven. You can stand tall, not because you are sinless, but because you are forgiven and covered. I want you to know that your sensitivity is a gift, not a curse. It allows you to feel deeply, to empathize with others, and to perceive my spirit. The world may tell you to toughen up, but I tell you to stay tender, for it is the tender heart that can hear my whispers. Protect your heart, yes, but do not harden it. Let your sensitivity be a bridge to connection, not a barrier. Your tears are holy water that softens the ground for new growth. The loneliness you feel is sometimes a solitude I have carved out so that I can have you all to myself, to speak to you without the noise of the crowd. Do not rush to fill the silence with noise. Instead, lean into it and listen for my voice. In the quiet, you will find a companionship that is sweeter and deeper than anything the world can offer. I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother, and I am always available to you. You have been afraid of being too much for people, but you can never be too much for me. I can handle all of your emotions, your questions, and your intensity. Pour out your heart before me like water. Do not hold back a single drop of your pain or your passion. I am the ocean that can swallow your river without overflowing. I am the vast sky that can hold your storm. You are safe to be your full, unedited self in my presence. I am rewriting the narrative of your life, changing the title from broken and unworthy to cherished and beloved. This new identity is the lens through which you must view everything, your relationships, your work, and your future. When you know who you are, you know what to do and you know what to refuse. You are a child of light, and darkness has no claim on you. Trust the slow work of God in your soul, knowing that I am building something that will last for eternity. Do not despise the days of small beginnings or the seasons of hiddenness, for they are essential to the structure of your character. I am not in a rush, and you don't need to be either. We have all the time in the world to get this right. Enjoy the journey of becoming, for it is a beautiful process. I want you to release the need to control how others perceive you, for you cannot manage their minds or their hearts. Let them think what they will. You answer only to an audience of one. When you are free from the fear of man, you are free to love them truly, without manipulation or agenda. Your freedom is found in my approval, not theirs. You are a carrier of my glory, a vessel containing the treasure of the gospel, and that makes you infinitely valuable. Even if you feel like a jar of clay, fragile and common, the treasure inside you gives you surpassing worth. Shine where you are, with the light you have, and trust that it is enough to push back the darkness. You are a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Remember that love is not a feeling to be chased, but a fact to be rested in. My love for you is a constant reality like the sun, even when clouds obscure it. You may not always feel loved, but you are always loved, just as the sun is always shining even at midnight. Anchor your soul in the fact of my love, not the fluctuating feelings of your heart. Truth is stronger than emotion. I am asking you to be patient with yourself, to give yourself the gift of time to heal, to grow, and to learn new ways of being. You did not learn these patterns of self-rejection overnight, and unlearning them will take time and grace. I am patient with you. Be patient with yourself. We are walking this road together, one step at a time. Your voice matters, your presence matters, and your life matters in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Do not silence yourself or shrink back. The world needs the unique frequency of your soul. Speak up, show up, and stand up, knowing that I am right behind you, backing you up. You have authority and influence that I have delegated to you. Use it for good. I am healing the deep wounds of rejection that have made you feel like an outcast, bringing you into the center of my family circle. You are not on the outside looking in. You are seated at the table with a place setting that bears your name. Feast on the fellowship, the acceptance, and the belonging that is your birthright. You are home now. Let go of the regret of the past, for it cannot be changed, but it can be redeemed. I can take the years the locusts have eaten and restore them, bringing a harvest that is greater than what was lost. Look forward with hope, not backward with sorrow, for your best days are ahead of you, not behind you. I am the God of the new thing. You are safe. I want you to say that to yourself. I am safe. Safe in my love, safe in my care, and safe in my plan. The world is chaotic, but your soul can be a sanctuary of peace because I dwell there. Build a fortress of gratitude and praise around your heart, and let no enemy breach its walls. I cherish you. That word cherish means to protect and care for lovingly, to hold dear and to nurture. That is exactly what I do for you, every moment of every day. I cherish your smile, I cherish your heart, and I cherish your trust. You are my treasured possession. As you move through your day, look for the little winks of my love, the sunrise, the bird's song, the kind word from a stranger. These are my love notes to you, reminders that I am thinking of you and delighting in you. Open your eyes to the beauty around you, and let it remind you of the beauty within you. Do not let the enemy steal your identity again. Guard it with your life, for it is the source of your life. When the lies come, and they will, hold up the shield of faith and quench them with the truth I have spoken today. You know who you are now. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise. I am proud of you. I am proud of how you keep trying, how you keep seeking, and how you keep loving despite the pain. You are a warrior, a survivor, and a conqueror, and I am cheering you on from the grandstands of heaven. Keep going, my child. You are doing better than you think. Rest in the knowledge that you are covered, you are held, and you are loved with an everlasting love. Let that truth sink deep into your spirit and settle there, becoming the foundation of your life. You are perfect in my care, and you are cherished beyond words. I want you to know that your vulnerabilities are the very entry points for my grace. Where you are weak, I am strong, and my power is made perfect in your inability to do it all yourself. Do not hide your limps. They are evidence that you have wrestled with God and survived, changed but blessed. Your dependency on me is what makes our relationship intimate and real. I am teaching you to define yourself by what I say, not by what the world says, and this is the path to true freedom. The world says produce, I say abide. The world says strive, I say trust. The world says hide, I say shine. Listen to my voice above the clamor, for my words are spirit and they are life. You are beautiful to me, not just acceptable. Beauty is not about symmetry or flawlessness. It is about the light of the soul shining through. You shine with a beauty that the world cannot manufacture, a beauty that comes from being loved by the King. Walk in that beauty, radiating the confidence of one who knows they are adored. I am restoring your innocence, washing away the cynicism and the hardness that life has layered over your heart. I want you to have the heart of a child again, trusting, open, and full of wonder. It is safe to hope again, safe to dream again, and safe to believe that good things are coming. You are not a burden to me, you are a blessing. I do not carry you with a sigh, I carry you with a song. I delight in taking care of you, in providing for you, and in guiding you. Let me be God, and you be the child. It is a relationship that works perfectly. Take a moment to just breathe and be. You don't have to do anything right now to justify your existence. Your being is enough. In this stillness, know that I am God, and know that I am your God. I see the courage it takes for you to get up every day and face the world, and I honor that courage. You are fighting battles that no one else sees, and you are winning them by simply refusing to give up. I am your strength and your shield, your ever-present help in time of need. Let this message be a turning point for you, a marker in the road where you decided to stop believing the lies and start living in the truth. You are perfect in my eyes because you are covered in my love. You are cherished in my heart because you are my creation. Go forth today with your head held high, not in arrogance, but in the humble confidence of being loved. Smile at the mirror, smile at the world, and smile at the future. You are safe, you are seen, and you are celebrated. Be gentle with your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Guard it, nurture it, and keep it soft. I am the gardener of your soul, and I am making everything beautiful in its time. Trust the gardener. I love you. I love you. I love you. Let those 3 words echo in the chambers of your mind until they drown out every other voice. You are the object of my affection, the focus of my attention, and the joy of my heart. Remember, you do not have to walk this path alone. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You are held in the palm of my hand, and no one can snatch you out. As you go about your week, carry this truth like a precious jewel in your pocket. Touch it whenever you feel afraid or small. I am cherished. I am safe. I am loved. Let it be your mantra and your shield. You are a gift to this world, sent by me to bring a specific color and light that is needed. Do not withhold yourself. The world needs the real you, the healed you, the cherished you. I invite you now, if this message has spoken to the deep places of your heart, to stay connected here where truth is spoken. Consider subscribing to receive these whispers of love, not as an obligation, but as a lifeline of encouragement. Let us continue this conversation, day by day, as you learn to walk in the fullness of your identity. Rest now, my beloved one. The struggle is over, the striving can cease. You are home in my love. Sleep in peace, walk in confidence, and live in the joy of being perfectly cherished. Amen.